What's going on, guys? We are back with another week, another pick'em for the NFL, and we are gonna get this episode started by going over my picks from last week, and I did all right. And I will be joined by a dynamic legend, or are you called anything else?
Wait, what'd you say?
Uh, uh, I was doing my intro. I said I am joined by dynamic legend. Or are you called? Do you go by anything else?
Oh, no, that's okay.
Okay. So the first game of last week was Denver versus Cleveland. I picked Denver. And a rough start to the week. My rough start continues as I picked Baltimore in the second game. Honestly, my thing with Baltimore is I don't think they even know what they are at this point. And next game, I picked Green Bay over Washington. Got that one right. Did you see Heineke's Lambeau leap?
No, I didn't. He actually did Lambeau Leap.
Yeah, but
I did not see that.
there was a catch. He was down before.
Oh, that sucks.
So he exerted all that energy, and they don't even get it on fourth down either.
Yeah, no, I did not see that.
Uh, is and the next game is, and Green Bay won easily, obviously, but next game, Atlanta versus Miami. I don't think anyone saw this game being this close. Like, even for all the flaws that Miami had, I don't think anyone thought the Falcons would beat them.
Oh, I thought Falcons would. They're both, I think, mediocre teams. And I think that's what made the
Yeah,
game so close.
but after all, I don't think it's even fair to call them mediocre.
What team?
The Falcons in Miami. I think they're both just bad this year.
Bad and good, I think. Is because they both have shown shades of they can be great, but they also have mostly showed shades of bad.
Well, I feel like Miami is because last year didn't they get like 10 wins? I'm not even sure they got 10
Some like
wins.
that. Yeah, because they got like ripped of the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh well, the AFC last year was rough.
It was really hard last year to
I
get in
mean,
the playoffs.
it there was a scenario going into the last week of the season where a team could have gotten 11 wins and still missed the playoffs, which is crazy.
Yeah, because the Dolphins went 10-6 last year and missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
AFC's always. I don't know how much like so much this year, just because like it seems like AFC this year is kind of just like whatever. But I feel
No,
like
AFC this
a
year is
lot of the past
wide
years.
open.
Oh yeah, but like a lot of the past years, it's always the AFC is always like the conference that always has you have to like play good every week. Like you can't be slipping any week, otherwise you're not making playoffs. And Dolphins showed it. I mean, a 10-6 team in the NFC that's going to playoffs.
Yeah. Uh, Next game, New England at versus the Jets. Every time I see New England play the Jets, they always just seem to play with them, pretty much.
Not this time.
No, like they do something. They do like a play call that makes me think, oh, yeah, they're having fun.
Oh,
Like a wide receiver pass, and not like a short pass, like an actual like deep ball.
yeah. Whenever you see those type of plays, you know the team's having fun. That
Yeah,
they're super confident.
yeah. Carolina at the Giants. Uh, I picked Carolina. Game did not go, I don't think, how any Panthers fans expected.
I don't think what any NFL fan expected. I feel like everybody probably had their
Yeah.
money on Carolina in this game.
Yeah. It feels like every team except Dallas just put your money against the AFC East team.
One thing too with the Panthers too, it's like Darnold started so hot this year, but he's just
Yeah.
kind of back to the point where he was, and now like looking at it, was he really the problem in New York, or was it just him the whole time?
I think it's still a combination.
I don't know because I mean we saw Darnold was having a really good year start of the year,
Yeah.
started the team 3-0, and
Well,
ever since
well.
then,
Also, he's
well they've
missing
lost 4 straight.
he's missing his best weapon too.
Yeah, but he still got weapons on the receiving side of
Yeah.
the ball though. And Chuba Hubbard, how do you say his name? He's a solid rookie.
Yeah.
So like, I know like it hurts to not have CMC, but he's got other weapons too though.
And next game, this team could actually get their own video. What has gone on with the Chiefs?
I don't. Patrick Mahomes to me,
Has taken a
we
step
all
back.
know. I don't know how much is taking a step back is the right like way to say it. It's like we all know he's still. I want to say right now the best quarterback in the league, but he's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. We can't say obviously the same
Yeah.
as last year where he was the best, but he's kind of playing to the point now where he kind of seems like he's playing a little too cocky, or
Yeah.
that he thinks that like because we've seen it like every single time like all of his INTs or at least most of them have been off plays where he's getting sacked or he's just trying to make something happen out of nothing and it ends up
Hmm.
costing them at the end of it. So I feel like he's trying to do too much to the point where he knows like, hey, I just need to take a sack here, but does he? No, he doesn't want to. He
No.
wants to make the impossible
Yeah.
something possible.
Because he's done it for pretty much his whole career.
And he's just kind of and I think another thing too is teams are figuring out the Chiefs. I think people know that Patrick Mahomes is this good quarterback, but if you get under pressure, he's still gonna try to make something happen. And that's where you cause
Yeah.
turnovers.
But and I know it's been like 7 weeks ago, but the Browns should have won the game against the Chiefs, so they could just easily be 2-4.
2-5.
No, no, it'd be 2-4.
Aren't they 3-4 though right now?
No, they're. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it shows the record. It shows the record before the game.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and I'm looking at last week's game, so it says they were 3-3. So yeah, because there was this. I think, if I was a coach, I would basically tell my team, "Hey, the Chiefs are gonna make their plays, but we have to capitalize on the mistakes that they make.
Exactly.
They are gonna make get their 50-yard passes. They're just gonna do it."
And another thing with that team too is how much they're struggling on offense. It's almost like any team can beat them right now because their defense is so bad. It might actually be the worst defense in the league.
Yeah.
So I mean, with how high power the offense is, if you can cause at least one turnover, I think you're in a really good situation to win that game, no matter where you're at, whether you're at Arrowhead or at your home stadium.
Next game, Detroit versus LA. This game is a lot closer than people thought.
A lot closer.
But honestly, I think I do like the direction Detroit's going. They're a team that fights hard every night. They're just getting outmatched.
The problem with Detroit is they got a lot of guys that just aren't capable of being in that starting position job.
Yeah.
They have the coach of the future. That coach, even though at the beginning of the year he said he wants to bite kneecaps off, that whole meme that he made,
Yeah.
he's a fighter. I mean,
Yeah.
going
They
into
fight every
LA,
day. They fight
going
every
to
day.
LA, SoFi Stadium, getting a 68-yard, well, like 60-plus yard reception touchdown off a screen to Swift. Right after that, pulling off a onside kick that nobody saw coming,
Yeah.
and then converting 2 fake punts. And that game wasn't Lions leading that game like all the way into like the third or fourth quarter or something.
I did not really watch that game, but I just know that Ramsey made the game-winning interception.
I don't know. Lions are a tough team.
Yeah.
Their record does not show how tough they are. A
Yeah.
lot of people that might look at the NBA or NFL today
Yeah.
and just look at records might think they're bad, but record,
They fight every night.
if anything shows that record does not mean anything, it's the Lions. Because that team,
Is playing better than they show. Is playing
exactly. I
better than the
mean,
record shows.
they're gonna win a game or
Yeah.
two in a couple weeks here that people are gonna be like, wow, they actually won that game.
Yeah. Next game, Eagles at Las Vegas. Was John Gruden the problem? That's what I get from this.
I don't know, it was a close game.
Uh,
Very close game.
it was an 11-point win for Las Vegas. But my only problem with Las Vegas is they seem to be a streaky team.
I agree.
Like they came out the gates firing. They won 3 in a row. Then they lost 2 in a row. And it was like, oh crap, the world's caving in.
And now they won 2 in a row.
Yeah. Next game, Houston versus Arizona. I feel like Houston is another one of those teams that just fights, but they just keep getting outmatched.
Houston might be the worst team roster-wise.
Yeah.
I think if Lions, Houston's face off, I think Lions destroy the Texans.
No,
And that,
but I have like a certain like respect for them because I saw them play Cleveland and they fought till the end.
they did. I think another thing too is them running with a rookie quarterback right now. Because we saw Tyrod Taylor, he was balling.
Yeah.
He was balling for them.
And
But the moment he went down,
then he
I
pulled his
think now it's
hamstring.
just trying to get Davis Mills in the mix, trying to have him learn the playbook, or get chemistry with his teammates. He's had good games. Don't get me
I
wrong,
don't think he's the answer though.
but exactly, I don't think he's the answer. I don't think he's the guy
And
that Houston needs.
but not to take away, but Arizona just looks like a juggernaut at this point.
Oh, they are 100%.
Yeah.
They are the best team in the league. It's not even a
Yeah.
question. There's no debate.
I mean, maybe I'm definitely gonna watch Arizona's games during the playoffs.
Oh, 100%. I can definitely see Arizona making a Super Bowl run
Yeah,
easily.
but in the NFC there seems to be like 3 top teams. Tampa Bay, the Rams, and Arizona.
We saw Arizona handle the Rams quite easily earlier in
Yeah.
the season.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just how can Cardinals keep up with the Bucks?
Yeah, but at the same point, how much of that is just okay? Some people may have had a bad game.
It could be that, but I don't know. I think it's hard. Like we see it with divisions every year. I think it's hard to lose your first matchup and then go in your second matchup and try and win that game knowing last game. It's not like a dance where like you lost the last game, so it's gonna be like
Yeah.
impossible, but I think it makes it harder knowing like, hey, we need to win this game
Well,
and just trying to change your game plan.
well, I remember last year, the Browns played the Steelers in like week 8. They got like annihilated, like 42 to like 6 or something crazy like that. And they beat them in the next 2 matchups.
Browns are just they're a very good team. After coming like from ground bottom a couple years ago, going
Yeah.
like 0-17, losing like a million games in a row, it felt like, and now they're arguably one of the best AFC teams, if not one of the best NFL teams in the league in general.
I think when healthy they can be, but
Injuries just killing them.
yeah, it's just right now they're injured to hell and back.
I mean, we saw them last week against Denver in a game they should have won if they were fully healthy, but they're missing like at least 7 starters. And they had 2 banged up receivers come back. I mean, Odell re-injured his shoulder. I don't know if he ever came back in the game. Jarvis ended up
Yeah,
hurting
Odell
his
did
knee
come back.
again. Did Jarvis ever come back? 'Cause I know he ended up
Yeah.
injuring himself again in
Um.
that game.
Uh. Um. But anyway, on to the next game. Tampa Bay versus Chicago.
Can we not talk about that game? Is that an option?
Okay. Bucks good team. Bears not so good team. Okay, next
All
game.
right. No, hold on. I do want to say something. For everybody that does watch Nelson, aka Classically Important, I am a huge Bear fan. Um, but I hate talking about the games where the Bears get completely blown out of the water.
Yeah.
And this is one of the games. I mean, we saw other games this year. Browns, Rams. We have one of the hardest schedules in the league. I
Uh,
understand that.
uh,
But
can I
go
start the
ahead.
point?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think you should bench Justin Fields right now. Just
I don't
let Dalton take the beating.
I understand, like, yeah, Justin Fields, I don't want to fully defend him, but I do want to defend him to a certain degree. He has made a bunch of rookie mistakes, which is normal of a rookie
Yeah.
quarterback. I mean, normal of any rookie player in general. I mean, there's very few rookies that we see every year that are, you can kind of say they're one of the top players in the league already. This year, you might be
Saquon.
able to say Jamar Chase, Saquon, or last year, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
But the thing with Justin Fields,
He's a quarterback.
he's a quarterback, but also his coaching staff is
Sucks.
holding him back, I feel like. O-line is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's times where he's holding the ball way too long, which I fully agree with. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of times where he snaps the ball, and the moment he snaps, he's already scrambling for his life.
Yeah.
And a lot of the turnovers too, at least 2 interceptions so far, have been off free play scenarios. We saw what was a week, I don't remember what week it was, but against Green Bay, where 2 defensive linemen jumped. Fields thought he had free play, throws it up to Allen Robinson, who just gives up on the play, results in interception. And last week, Fields was told in his helmet by his coaching staff there was 12 men on the field on defense. So he quick snaps it. He runs around, tries to make something happen after almost getting sacked. Throws an interception, but our coaching staff was just wrong. So he's in the wrong scenario. And I think if
Yeah.
Chicago wants to make Fields a great quarterback in the future, which I think he can be, I think he's got the potential. He's got the accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the speed. He's got the scrambling ability. He's got everything you want in a quarterback in the
Yeah.
2021 era.
He has
He
big
just
play
needs
potential.
he does. He needs a new coach staff, and I think it
Yeah.
starts with head coach. Matt Nagy is not the answer. He's never been the answer. I think he was overhyped after his 2018 season when he went 12-4,
Yeah.
which Vic Fangio led that team, the defensive coordinator. That defense was the lights out, but I think it's just he's got to fix his things as a quarterback, but he also has to get a new coach staff.
But who would you hire?
Me personally, I want Kellen Moore or Brian DeBull. I want an offensive-minded head coach. I know that Matt Nagy's offensive-minded head coach, but he's terrible. He's not a good one. I want one that is succeeding. You'll see Dallas, the offense coordinator, Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
He's lining up for them. Brian
McCarthy's
DeBull for
awful.
the Bills. Oh, McCarthy's a terrible
Yeah.
head coach. And then Brian DeBull, the Bills offense coordinator. He's going crazy with that Bills offense.
Well,
So,
after week 1, yeah.
oh yeah, after week 1, but
Yeah, week 1,
it's just
Bills fans don't talk about that. um, but someone that I would keep an eye on is I have been a big fan of Iowa State's head coach for a long time.
I've heard some talk about him.
Yeah, I wanted the Browns to hire him. They obviously didn't. But he I think he'd be interesting with the Bears.
It's just the next thing though is when does Nagy get fired?
Yeah.
Because I think our owners, the McCaskies, think that, oh, this man has a winning record with the team. There's no reason to fire him. I don't think that our owners realize when we go up against a good Super Bowl contending team
Yeah.
every single year and get blown out of the water, that it's okay. Because it's not. I mean, if you want a chance at titles to bring championships home to Chicago, you gotta be able to win games against those guys. We saw it. We can't beat the Rams. We can't beat the Bucks. We can never beat the Packers. We can't beat the
Yeah.
Browns. And we got Cardinals in a couple weeks here. No chance we beat them with how we're playing against these Super Bowl contending teams.
Okay, and that's gonna do it for that game. Um, Indianapolis versus Arizona. I mean, not Arizona, San Francisco. This game was just awful. I mean, it was raining heavy. It was just a mess.
I saw Indianapolis win that game, though, to be honest.
Well,
I think they're.
I picked San Francisco. But
I think the thing with Indianapolis is they're another team that the record doesn't show exactly who they are.
yeah,
Carson Wentz, I doubted him. I'm not gonna lie about it. I doubted him. Didn't think he would come back good. He's playing phenomenal, and it's just I think a lot of things is that banged up Colts defense,
but
especially that secondary.
I think it's been like just the inconsistency has really just turned me off of Indianapolis.
True.
Like they'll have games where they look like, hey, when they got Carson Wentz, I was like, they're a dark horse Super Bowl contender. But I expect them to be better.
My thing with Wentz is I was so worried because like we've seen so many times players get injured multiple times
Yeah, and they're never the
and
same.
they just don't ever come back the same. But Carson Wentz, I mean, I doubted him, and not just because of like his abilities, because of injuries. And like I just mentioned, we know how people come back, but he just came back and he looks honestly better than ever, to be honest, with some not so great receivers too, because they got obviously T.Y. Hilton, but he's been injured
He's
for
getting
a
up
lot
there
of
in
the
age
season,
too.
and he's up there in the season. I mean, they got guys like Paris Campbell. I can't think of other receivers, but they got receivers stepping up, and the offense is looking good.
And San Francisco just does not know who their starting quarterback is at this point.
No, because I mean, Trey Lance is injured. Jimmy G was injured. He came back.
Yeah,
It's kind of like whoever injured, next man up scenario for
yeah.
them right now at quarterback.
Honestly, I think it's maybe something to bring up with. It could be the actual staff at this point.
Maybe I don't know. I don't think I think it might just be another scenario, kind of like not necessarily like the Lions, but they just might have guys that just don't fit starting roles.
No, no, but like no. Oh no, I was talking about San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
maybe their medicals. Take a deep look at their medical staff because they've been injured. How many times? How many times have they had a season ruined by injuries?
A lot.
Like 3 in the last 4 years. And the year they were
Yeah,
healthy, they went to the Super Bowl.
yeah. I don't even know what their injury reports even look like right now.
Um. Anyway, next game, Seattle and New Orleans. I predicted New Orleans because it seemed like Jameis every other week he wants to turn into Superman.
Even though this game was very defensive.
Yeah. No, but my point is like Jameis will go like 1 week he'll be like, well, I guess I'm a bakery. And the next game he'll be like, I am Superman.
Pretty much.
So you already know who I'm picking for next week in the New Orleans game. I don't even know who they're playing, but
They're playing Tampa.
definitely Tampa.
I think everyone's gonna pick them.
Okay, on to this week's games. Green Bay versus Arizona. I'm going with Arizona. Green Bay's dealing with some COVID outbreaks. Or
COVID and injuries.
I think
I got Arizona too.
like Devontae Adams is gonna be out.
Alan Lazard.
Yeah.
I think MVS is also questionable or something.
No, I just thought Devontae Adams is gonna be out. So
they're gonna have a tough time. Very, very tough time.
I think if healthy, the game would be a lot closer.
I agree. But they're not. Their defense is banged up. Their offense is banged up. And Arizona, they're on a mission.
Yeah, Arizona just looks like a juggernaut.
It did suffer a big blow today, though, with J.J. Watt. Did you see the news?
No.
He's be having surgery. I think they said like mid next week for his shoulder he injured last week.
Oh.
So I think he's done for the season.
Well, that's a story to keep an eye on. So, Carolina versus Atlanta.
I'm picking Atlanta to win this game.
Yeah, me too.
I have no faith in Carolina no more.
I mean
they dropped the last 4. And they dropped a game against the Giants. Like, don't get me wrong, Giants can be a good team, but Carolina looks like such a better team on paper. And to get blown out by the Giants and then get your starting quarterback benched, I think that kills a whole lot of things.
PJ Walker. He was the AF MVP, right?
Hey, I like PJ Walker.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he can get it done.
At the NFL level, at least. CFL, yeah. And MVP votes at the CFL. Next game, Buffalo versus Miami. Buffalo.
I think everyone's got Buffalo on this game.
Yeah. San Francisco versus Chicago.
I'm taking Chicago. I'll never bet against them. I think this game, though, is going to be a pretty close game, though.
That's the difference between you and me. I pick I picked against my Browns like four times.
I'll never pick against the Bears. To me, I feel like if I pick against the Bears, I'm not a real fan. That's how my brain works. I don't care who they're playing. They be playing the Bucks again. I'm still putting money on the Bears.
San Francisco. Well, that's my initial pick.
I think this game's gonna be very close, though.
Yeah. And it. Oh, but yeah, it's in Chicago. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it up. Go Chicago.
Hey, let's go.
Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. At Cleveland. I still don't trust that Pittsburgh offense, even against this Cleveland defense.
Do we know exactly what the injury report is looking like for the Browns?
Baker's going to play, or all things are pointing that Baker's going to play. Chubb's going to play. Hunt's out. Odell, last time I checked, he was limited.
I don't know how much. Obviously, quarterback is a huge thing. Obviously, Case Keenum had a really good game last week. But I think Baker starting kind of gives them the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much you guys really need. Like, I know Chubb is one of the best running backs in the league, but after the performance that Dearness Johnson had last week, I don't know how much you guys really need Nick Chubb. So, I don't think that's a huge gain.
Dearness is going to be the number 2 back tomorrow, Sunday.
But I think having Baker back, I think Cleveland wins this game.
Hold on, yeah, I could actually look up the injury report for Cleveland. Oh, and do you know that the NFL is the only sport where they actually publish the injury reports?
Is it actually?
Yeah. Well in advance.
A lot of guys I'm seeing were limited, but there's also quite a bit that did not play or did not participate in practice Wednesday.
Um, Odell limited, Chubb limited, Clowney did not practice Wednesday. Conklin limited, or that's what LP stands for, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Limited practice, I think.
Tony Fields, who was a third round pick, limited practice. AJ Green, limited practice. Denzel Ward did not practice. Jedrick Wills did not practice. Limited. Mac Wilson limited. Peoples Jones did not practice. And Landry did not practice. And for the Steelers have like no injuries. Or at least this week they don't really have any injuries. I mean, Ben has a hip thing, which I'm still going with Cleveland because
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cleveland.
as long as they don't turn the ball over like 20 times, then they'll do fine. Detroit versus Philadelphia.
I'm gonna say Detroit gets their first win right here. I like the position or the way they're. Seems like every week they're getting better and better. And I think the fact that they'll keep up with the Rams as much as they did, I think says a lot. I know it's a new week, but I think they carry that momentum. I know they obviously didn't have momentum, but in their own kind of way, they had momentum during that game. I think they carry it to this week, and they're home.
Yeah, my gut tells me Philadelphia pulls this one out.
I mean,
Houston,
they definitely could, 100%.
Houston versus LA.
LA.
That doesn't matter which team.
That's a no-brainer pick right there.
Yeah. Titans at Indianapolis. Titans.
Agreed.
Indianapolis's inconsistencies is just too much. I mean, I think it's possible that they could win, but
And Tennessee's coming off two big wins they just had.
yeah.
And Derrick Henry's he's too good.
Although yeah, I know a Packers fan. I think I'm gonna do a watch along for tonight's game with him. Bengals at Jets. Bengals.
I like Bengals in this one too.
And Zach Wilson's not playing, so
And Bengals offense is just on a different level right now.
yeah.
That Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow connection is insane.
And you still have Joe Mixon. I'm not sure if
Joe
he's
Mixon.
yeah.
I
Running
mean,
back.
he played. Yeah, he'll be playing. He played last week. Then they also got CJ Uzama. How you say his name? Who is coming this year? Wasn't really a good backup or not good backup, good time, but
Tyler
he's playing
Boyd
good.
too.
Is he playing?
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't heard his name in a while.
Yeah, because Chase is getting all the attention.
Yeah, he's going nuts.
New England versus LA. I'm gonna go with LA.
This is a tough one to pick, I think.
It's at LA, so which
Nelson?
that doesn't mean much. Hold on.
Nelson?
What?
You want to ready? Anytime you're ready.
I don't know. I don't know who I could pick. I'm gonna take New England in this game.
Seattle versus Jacksonville. Seattle. I know they won a game. I know Jacksonville won a game. But they're still Jacksonville.
I also know how much I trust Geno Smith.
I trust him more than Urban Meyer.
And Seattle's defense is not all that great either.
I still trust him more than Urban Meyer.
I want to see the underdogs here. I'm taking Jacksonville.
Washington at Denver. The at Denver part is going to be...
This game can easily go either way. This game going to come down to defense.
Washington has not played well at all. So, I mean, Denver has not played well at all. I mean, Washington has some flashes, but
I'm gonna take Washington this game.
Mm-hmm. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. So I'm going Tampa. Actually, is this game going to be even at New Orleans? Because I heard LSU was closed, like the actual campus was closed due to weather.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Dallas versus Minnesota.
I'll take Dallas.
Yeah. Damn the stupid Cowboys fans. And this one's gonna be a doozy. Chiefs and Giants. Chiefs.
I don't know how much I can trust the Chiefs.
How much do you trust Daniel Jones?
Way more than that Chiefs defense. And Daniel Jones, I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I don't think he's a bad quarterback at all.
I mean, you did yell at me for putting him in C for that tier list.
Yeah, but that was at the beginning of the year. That was at the beginning of the year. But he has shown this year that he's had shades of playing really well.
Yeah. Well, we always know that he's had shades of playing really well.
I'm gonna take New York.
Well, my problem with Daniel Jones is he's had the same problem since his rookie year. It's been he's shown flashes, but can you hold on to the football?
I think a lot though with this game comes down to how can the Chiefs play defense? Can they play defense good? Can they contain that offense? Because I know obviously Giants are not this high-powered elite offense that we see in today's league with like the Rams or the Bucks or somebody. But I don't trust that Chiefs defense to be able to completely stop any team right now.
And also, this could change because is the trade deadline soon. So
yeah, November 2nd, I think was that next Tuesday?
I thought it was this week.
No, I think it's next week sometime. I think November 2nd.
No. And how much do you think Deshaun Watson would put Miami up?
I honestly, I don't know.
I mean, at this point, I think you're better just rocking with Tua.
I think they are. I think Tua is not really has been given a full opportunity to really show what he's made of. I mean, he's only in his, second year, right?
I mean, your picks already belong to Philadelphia, so.
Is Tua in his second year or third year?
Second.
I just don't think he's really been given the opportunity. He's been injured a few times.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's really a bad quarterback. I think, obviously, he has room to improve in many areas. But I think he fixes those things. I think he can be a really good quarterback. And I think Miami's just kind of giving up a little too early.
Yeah. But also, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but with how long he's been out, does anybody how many people actually think that he might come back exactly the same?
I think there's pros and cons to both. Because if you if you stick with Tua, your pick is probably going to be higher. And Philadelphia has their pick.
Wait, Philly has Miami's first
Yeah.
round?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. And Philadelphia right now looking like they might have a high pick.
Yeah, Philadelphia still has their own pick.
I don't know.
But I remember when they traded it away, I thought they had a really good I actually like the trade a lot.
What was the trade again?
Like they gave like they got like 3 first-round picks to move down to 12, and then they gave up like 2 to move up to 6.
Oh yeah, I remember that trade now. They moved down to move up.
Yeah. And when they made the trade to Philadelphia, they gave up their first-round pick for this year.
I just don't know how much. I mean, honestly, I think Deshaun Watson would give them a better scenario
Yeah.
because obviously he's a better quarterback. I think everyone can agree that he's a better quarterback than Tua. I just think that Tua deserves more of opportunity. And I feel like if Tua gets traded now, obviously going to Houston, because that's more likely where he would go, unless another team gets involved, which I doubt it.
I've heard rumors of Philadelphia or
Really?
Washington. Yeah.
I just think that we would probably see Tua end up in Houston. And I think Tua going to Houston just puts his career on a downfall. I think he'll turn to like a Teddy Bridgewater type of player where every other year or every year he's found on a different team. He might just be one of those quarterbacks that gets moved from team to team.
Well, I same thing with Josh Rosen, I guess.
Josh Rosen is just a bad quarterback, though.
Yeah, but did he really get a fair shot?
How many years did he play with Arizona as rookie?
One.
Only 1 year?
Yeah. They drafted Kyler Murray the next year.
Oh yeah, it was only 1 year.
Then he got traded to Miami, which at the time they projected to be 1-16 or 0. They were not expected to get a win.
Tua looked good in his rookie year, though.
Also, he got benched a few times for Fitzpatrick, but
I mean, he went 6-3 as a rookie, threw 11 touchdowns, 5 INTs. And then on the other hand, Josh Rosen, who was mentioning.
So this year they had the Niners pick in the first round. They have their second round pick. They have San Francisco's third. Miami and Pittsburgh's fourth. So yeah, they have a few draft picks.
Well, hopefully it works out for them. Hopefully they can get some guys that they benefit them.
Yeah.
And work out.
But anyway, yeah, that'll do it. Hope y'all enjoyed. Have a good one, and I'm out. Bye.